Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome to the demo for Throne of Bone. This is an auto battler with an aesthetic that really speaks to me, let's say. If you've been around here for any amount of time at all, you know this is something that just jumped right off the screen at me. So I played through this demo a little bit already. I think the underlying game is pretty rad. So we have a choice of two characters here. Of course, there are going to be more in the final game. The Bone Collector gains a skull, which is the currency. It is the coin of the game whenever merging minions. And the Flesh Smith gets bonus health on their minions equal to the number of minions merged. I tend to go pretty skeletal in general, but flesh smithing sounds like fun. So, we have to defeat intruders to regain parts of our stolen kingdom. Fortune hunters have been raiding the crypt. Let's show them that their adventuring days are over. So everybody starts with each of the different characters starts with one particular unit under their control. And when we hit proceed here, what's going to happen is one of our units will attack, then one of their units will attack, and so on back and forth until one side's units are completely defeated. If it is the case that everybody's dead, that counts as a victory, as long as you know your character is still alive, and that is exactly what's about to happen here. That guy attacks, they deal damage to each other simultaneously, they're both dead, and of course, our fellows come back at the end of combat because, you know, undead and everything. This fellow in particular gets one attack whenever killing an enemy, a permanent +1 attack, so obviously a really good unit to start your game with. And then between rounds, we can purchase additional units, and in the style of basically every auto battler ever, we can combine multiple copies of the same unit to level them up and get access to significant benefits. So what do we got here? Whenever a friendly spell triggers, I get +1 attack for the rest of this combat. Note also that every unit has at least 2 types down there at the bottom. That will matter because we're going to get a bunch of typing bonuses. I think I'd like to take this Deadeye Archer. First of all, he's the only unit that has anything in common, any types in common with our existing unit. And secondly, ranged means he gets to cheat a little bit. Units that are behind something else cannot be directly attacked for the most part. He is protected, you can see here. All right, and let us go to battle. So yeah, the position we have out determines the attack order. On the first turn, this guy will attack, then they'll swing back, then on our second turn, this guy will attack, and it'll just keep going through the order like that. We do not have any control over who our units target. It is the auto battling part of the auto battler. Fortunately, the way frontline minions work here means there's only one way this can really go. So our zombie friend is going to gain another permanent attack, and then that guy is going to trade with our skeleton. Easy enough. So you can see here we are accumulating XP. We're going to level up after a certain number of combats and get access to more powerful minions in the lineup. I would really love to get some merging done, but unfortunately we are not being shown any similar things here. Okay, so sneaky units can attack people who are ordinarily protected. The Twisted Reflection, whenever I survive an attack, I deal 1 magic damage back. Fresh Recruit can absorb a point of damage. You know what? Let's grab the Skulking Skeleton, and we just have kind of a what do you call it? Kind of a rogue deck going here, or a rogue setup. And then we do have another skull left over. We don't really have anything useful to do with it. You can re-roll the set of things available in the shop at the cost of 1 skull, and you can lock the shop so that the options that are available are still there next turn in case there is like a second copy of a unit that you want to buy. For right now, I think we're cool to just keep moving. Alright, so most of our enemies here do not have abilities, but I do know this guy, his attacks also damage the target's neighbors, which could be very annoying, provided that he survives to get to attack. We can also, mess with the playback speed and whatnot. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Things are going pretty well for us, I would say. Alright, so we've leveled up. We'll see a higher tier of minion available in the shop. We will also still see tier 1s, so we can still level these up. And every so often, whenever you level up, and also some other times, you'll see, we get access to some spells here. Whenever a friendly minion's shield is consumed, that minion gets +1/+1 perfectly, or permanently. Obviously, this could be very powerful if we elect to grab one of those 2/2 shield guys, since we're so early in the run. This, if we summon 3 skeletons, will transform into a random level 3 spell. Whenever you reroll, give a random minion in the shop +2/+1 permanently. You know what? I would like to see a random level 3 spell. Let's get something cool. So yeah, we will go ahead and merge 2 hungerers together here. So whenever you merge minions, you get to pick a reward from the 3 things that'll be offered down here. Generally, it's going to be +1 health or attack for one of the creature's types, +1 health or attack for a different one of the creature's types, and then some other benefit for the 3rd slot. So this will be +1 damage anytime we deal magic damage. I think just a little bit of extra health on all rogues everywhere seems pretty okay. And of course, because we are a flesh smith, we have now gained 1 point of experimentation, so our units all have that bonus. And we have 2 skulls left over. I'm definitely interested. This bone shaman seems really good, but I don't think I want to sell. We do have the ability to feed minions back to the shop to gain skulls. I think we're going to hold off on that and just grab something else for the moment. Yeah, let's I deal 1 magic damage equal to my health to a random unprotected enemy. Huh. I deal magic damage. I don't know where I was getting the 1 from. Yeah, let's do that. This guy can just stand in the way. And I think I actually am going to lock the shop. I definitely want to get the Bone Shaman next round, or next turn. So, at the start of the combat, the Nether Warden's going to open somebody up. Yes, this unit has extra lives because it represents like an enemy, you know, an enemy lord. Slightly superior. Okay, there we go. Easy enough. But you know, those were some pretty low-level adventurers, obviously. After each chapter, we get to do a little bit of non-combat reclamation of what was lost. And I think this is kind of neat. You pick a row or column and perform the 3 activities depicted. So I like the way this overlays the bonuses and gives you some interesting freedom as to what you want. Reapers and Blights get +2/+2. Spirits and Horrors. None of this stuff really plays into our... We're on like zombies and skeletons and rogues right now. It's a little awkward. The first slot attacker gets sneaky and shielded, I guess is... Well, you know, with our first slot attacker being that guy who gains damage whenever he kills somebody, that's actually not terrible. Give the minions in your shops bonus stats or increase your masteries. No, let's take this column because I do think I want that Shadow Veil. We'll get some other valuable stuff here too. The air hangs heavy with the stench of death. This victory merely a prelude to a more sinister purpose. Stepping through the pools of adventurers' blood, you retrieve an ancient relic from your tomb. The Shadow Veil. Rad. With the enemies vanquished, you return to the castle's depths to refine the skills of your loyal minions. The castle's halls resonated with the clashing of blades and the haunting whispers of forbidden incantations, a testament to the unwavering dedication of both master and undead servant. Alright, so somebody's going to get bonus stats here. If we win the practice fight, they will get double bonus stats. I can get behind this. Yeah. So this dealt a little bit of damage, sadly eating the shield. But it turns out we are... it turns out we are vastly superior to them. All right, +2, +2. I mean, do I want to throw it on the Hungerer? Or do I just want to turn the Hungerer into an absolute beast? I do feel like I'm kind of putting all of our eggs in one basket is a little bit dangerous, but, you know. Also, it means I don't have to carry all these eggs. Caskets lie scattered throughout the crypt. Some of these could be put to good use. So we've gotten ourselves an extra storage slot. I don't know if you've noticed we have storage slots at the bottom of the screen for minions that we are not currently using. A biomancer from the wilds encroaches on our soil. Let's go weed the garden. So as we continue through, every time we reach a new area, we are added, another column is added to combat. I think I definitely want to pull in this Bone Shaman. And neighboring related minions get +2/+1. So we want to make sure that our skeletons are close. Related just means shares any type, so skeletons and shamans. So if we also if we wanted to buy this fun guide here, just throw him down and get him a little +2/+1 as well. And that is one skeleton summoned for our studies here, right? All right, to battle. I'm feeling pretty tough. Keep in mind the +1 health from this is going to increase the damage the Nether Warden deals. We have in front of us a predatory plant who kills with a single point of damage. This real goofy looking adventurer. I have to say, I like the art in this game very much, and I know that because it's such an early state, like, some of this is probably not final art, but I kind of hope they never change how doofy some of the adventurers look, because it's very, I think it's very, the contrast is really evocative with, like, how cool and polished the art for your own units is. Yeah, so a Mimic, just a 16/16, pretty harsh. All right, we got the advantage of our sneaky there. Got to kill their backline guy immediately. Jeez, that Mimic is taking us apart, though. Okay, that counts as a win. They had nothing left with power. I'm feeling pretty good about this all the eggs in the one basket thing. Okay, and we get the opportunity to do a couple of merges here, which is fantastic. So, gain 2 more skulls, rogues everywhere get +1 health, or all skeletons get +1 attack. We could be doing a mostly skeletons thing and just have this one zombie. And I do think if we're sticking to a lot of skeletons, like because we have 2 ranged units already, I kind of want to take strength over health for rogues. Let's merge y'all up as well. Now, unfortunately, he is related to nobody. His types are completely... You know what? Let's just appoint him a retainer. He doesn't have any attack, so the defender trait doesn't really do anything to him. But increasing his health by 5 means his opening, his combat start trait will hit really hard. And then let's reroll. We're just going looking for stuff that's exciting that we can lock and hold on to until the beginning of the next round. Whenever a related minion takes damage or loses a shield, give it +2 attack. That's interesting. The fresh recruit is like pretty whatever. I was kind of hoping to find more copies of some of the stuff we already have. All right, let's just head to battle. But at this point, we're already like very much feeling the benefit of experimentation, right? Our units are getting tough. So this thing gains attack whenever it takes damage. After I attack, I deal 2 magic damage to all other minions. That's interesting. These two have a cute little synergy going. Okay, well, that'll solve that problem. Okay, he did not have enough health to burn through our entire team, but it was actually pretty close. It was closer than I would have liked. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and take this. Now, you might be noticing that their stats and effectiveness don't improve very much when they level up. The first time you do a merge, it only improves their stats a little bit, and then it gives you access to this thing, the bonuses here. Oh boy, I guess I'll take +1 health on shamans. This is not a particularly strong one, but I sure don't want to give anybody else defender. However, if you manage to merge 2 more units together to create another improved whatever, and then merge the 2 improved versions together, you get a perfect version of the minion, which has both double stats and doubled effectiveness from whatever abilities it has. So that can be quite powerful if you can find enough copies of something. You cannot just drop a third of something onto somebody, but that guy was not improved at all yet, so let's do that. And that was our 3rd skeleton, so we got Stoke Rage. Whenever a friendly minion deals damage, gain that much charge. At 20 charge, all friendly minions get +5 attack this combat. Okay, that's not going to take very long to charge up with the Hungerer. Skeletons, shamans, or gain 2 more skulls this turn. That would let us learn a random level 1 spell. I mean, we have a fair number of skeletons going here. Let's take more skeleton buffs. Okay. Those are something. 325s. Turn start gain +1/+1 to my highest attack ally. So yeah, her deal is just every combat she spawns one of these annoying things. Alright, that's a pretty good start. That really sucks. This thing is very powerful. Somebody shoot it with a ranged attack. Oh, you fools. Okay, well, at least that only eats the shield. Now notice, the Hungerer does not get the bonus attack if it kills someone on defense. It has to be launching an attack. Alright. Better minions will appear in the shop, and we've earned ourselves a new spell. Whenever you deal magic damage, gain that much charge. We don't currently have any sources of magic damage, so that's not very good. You gain magic mastery this combat equal to the number of shielded friendlies you have. Or, okay, another spell that is based on dealing attack damage. I think that's what we got to take. That one is going to take a while to build up, unfortunately. Okay, so like I was saying before, you can't just drop a 3rd copy. You have to create a 2nd imperfect or improved Bone Shaman in order to perfect them. So this is part of where the storage stuff comes into play. Although, we could also just bounce the Fun Guide. Like, I could do this. Put this guy here, and then play another Bone Shaman, so these 2 are buffing each other. Yeah, I don't hate that. We'll store him here until we manage to get him upgraded enough to merge them. And what else are we looking at? Sneaky, shielded, bonus attack at the start of combat. That's pretty cool. We might be able to get you to deal double your health in damage to somebody. I feel like that's going to be overkill a lot of the time. But the thing about overkill is that it is kill. And I do like kill. What is that? The Bone Ballista. After a related minion normally attacks, I make a bonus attack. Oh, and it is a rogue as well. Oh, friends, I think perhaps we are going to lock. And this, yeah, we're definitely looking to have the Bone Ballista join the team. Yeah, the fact that that's a rogue that plays very well with our stuff. Okay, so these 420 brambles, whenever an ally dies, your stats go up and you're ranged. That's pretty rough. Okay, that's a decent spread for the initial damage at least. That sucks. That's a really bad minion to lose early. Okay, well, we just got to 80 charge on this thing. That's a real shame because this is not a situation where we need to deal 20 damage. It would have been really cool if we could have waited until after she got splatted. Alright, so any enemy that attacks your character suffers lethal damage immediately. And you lose a life every time you get hit, and that's how the run works. So, okay, lethal damage twice. That's 2 of our 5 lives right there. A single battle can actually cost you a huge amount. Word of your return has spread, and armies have arrived at your gates. Okay, that's where the demo ends. Yeah, that's, I think, a pretty compelling little sort of slice of what this thing is going to be. I love the art. I love the aesthetic. I love that, like, in a lot of these things, the idea of, like, combining units to create a higher tier version of that unit is just a complete abstraction. It's just game mechanics. And I like the way that this setting with you as a necromancer gives that some kind of diegetic meaning. Like, it feels like that was always the way these things were designed to work, right? You should always have been a necromancer. Then again, I do feel that way about literally every type of game. Anyway, that's Thrown a Bone. It's really cool. If that looked cool to you, please do remember to wishlist the games on Steam, because indie devs love a good pre-release wishlist. And that way you'll get an email on the day that it does finally come out, so that you won't forget to give them your money, which is obviously a thing that is somewhat important to them. That's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all thought this was cool. I think this one's really cool. When you come back next time, there are still definitely several more demos that we have to check out, and we'll see you then.